Greta's just started working at the Royal Children's Hospital, or the RCH. It's her first year out from uni, and she's excited that her first position is at the RCH because she spent the first 18 months of her life here being treated for stomach cancer. The RCH saved her life, and it inspired Greta to go on to become a registered nurse. She's always arrived early and works beyond her shift, and she offers suggestions to improving the workflow. The NUM has already offered her a chance to fill in a higher role for a week. On her first day, she's introduced to the other nurses on her ward and the ward manager. At first, Greta loves coming into work, but after a couple of months, she's realised that the other nurses often go out together for lunch or to have drinks after work, and she's never invited. These get-togethers are organised by Ray, who's the life and soul of the ward and everyone's Prince Charming. He never talks to Greta unless it's about work. Emma works on the same ward as Greta and Ray and loves going along to Ray's extracurricular shindigs. When Greta asks her why she's left out of these get-togethers, she just shrugs and says, "I don't know, it's not me who organises the shindigs, ask Ray." Ray's in the canteen enjoying his mid-afternoon long macchiato with extra milk. As Greta's passing by the canteen, she sees Ray in the canteen and asks him straight out why she's never invited to the get-togethers. Ray tells her that he thought she might be too much of a goody two-shoes and gets up and walks away. Emma sees this interaction from across the room and ignores it. Having never experienced this kind of behaviour before, Greta doesn't know what to do. Before joining the staff, she never dreamed something like this could happen at the RCH, but it has. Greta sees Emma and goes over to talk to her about Ray, but she's not interested. Greta's at a loss and now feels miserable in her dream job. However, she's never been one to shy away from a problem and decides to confront Ray again. She writes him an email asking for a one-on-one meeting. Ray accepts, and they meet in the canteen later that week for a coffee. At first, Ray's defensive and dismisses Greta's claims as ridiculous. She presses forward with her case, stating that calling her a goody two-shoes isn't on, and excluding her from events is a form of bullying. She tells him why working at the RCH is so important to her, and this changes things for Ray. He begins to get where Greta's coming from. Because Greta's so diligent, he just assumed she was no fun, so he was happy to exclude her from his shindigs. Greta and Ray have never become close friends, but after that day, he's now respectful and always includes her in any arrangements. Now, Greta comes to work at the RCH feeling like she's working in a safe workplace. And whenever she sees Ray, she laughs inside because he has no idea what she's really like. And as for Emma, well, that's another story.